Hello and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona could include several players in a deal to sign one of La Liga's best defender, Jules Kounde. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about this report claiming that Barcelona duo Riqui Puig and Neto have shown up for pre-season medicals against Xavi's instructions. We can remember Xavi instructed some of these players not to show up for pre-season, and they are saying that Riqui Puig and Neto did arrive for medicals. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please make sure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a video. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barca! 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 As Barcelona continue to make efforts to lure Jules Kounde from Sevilla, Portera Nunes reports that Barca could offer more than one player to the Andalusians as part of the deal to land the Frenchman. Kounde has been one of the best performing defenders in La Liga since his arrival in Spain back in 2019. The 23-year-old defender has helped Sevilla achieve back-to-back top 4 finishes, while he also played a key part in their UEFA Europa League triumph in his debut campaign. Kounde's progress and pedigree have put him on the radars of several top clubs, but it is Chelsea and Barcelona who have shown the greatest interest. However, the Blues have dropped out of the race as they are focusing on other targets, leaving Barca as the main suitors for the former Bordeaux starlet. But given Barcelona's financial situation and Sevilla's reluctance to waver from the asking price for Kounde, negotiations have been complicated. But Barca are continuing to make efforts to try and reach an agreement with Julian Lopetegui's side, and are open to offering players in exchange to lower the Frenchman's asking price. Right-back Sergio Dest's name has been discussed as possible make-weight already. However, as per the report, Sergio Dest might not be the only player offered to Sevilla by Barca. Indeed, it is being claimed that the more than one Barca star could go the other way as part of the deal for Jules Kounde. More recently, the name of Memphis Depay has also been touted as a potential bargaining chip. Despite the impending addition of Andres Christensen, manager Xavi Hernandez remains intent on adding another centre-back to his roster, with Kounde being seen as the primary target for that position. Whether Barcelona's proposal for a player plus cash deal convinced Sevilla to part ways with their price target this summer remains to be seen. With time running out, the pursuit of Jules Kounde is getting somehow complicated, and recent reports have been talking about potential swaps. Earlier, I did report how Memphis Depay have been mentioned as a potential swap, and now we're talking about a group of players who can be exchanged. But I very much doubt if Sevilla will accept such proposal, but we never know. But Barcelona want Jules Kounde by all means. Sevilla are demanding 60 to 65 million euros. That is no small money. That's no small money. But worst come to the worst, Barca will pay that amount. But Barca want to ensure that they can at least reduce the burden when it comes to the asking price. We quite remember Laporta coming in as president have always mentioned that he does not want to do the same mistake from the previous board. And of course, we know we're buying players with exorbitant sums of money, and they will come and play badly. They will not come and play up to expectations. And that is the same mistake that Laporta is trying to prevent. So when we get players of this range of 60-something million, we see Barca reluctant to go for that deal straight away. Look at the case of Rafinha. Leeds United normally they wanted 65 to 70 million euros. But Barca made their first offer was 35 to 40 million, if I can remember very well. And there's no way Leeds could have accepted that. But eventually Barca went for the 65 million euros to match Chelsea's offer. So for Jules Kounde, they're talking about Memphis Depay being potentially exchanged for that, and Sergio Dest, the right back. Sergio Dest's name have been mentioned in transfers, even though lately we have hardly heard his name on future departures. But his name have also been mentioned as part of a swap deal. So it's going to be interesting if Sevilla do accept those players so that Barca will not be able to pay all the 65 million euros that they need to pay. They will add something, not up to the 65 million euros. So it's going to be interesting to see if Sevilla are open to it or if they reject it. Because if they do reject it, which I'm expecting that they will reject the proposal, I'm expecting Barca to still go ahead to pay that amount. Let's not forget that we are not the only suitors for Jules Kounde. You know, even though I've been getting reports of Chelsea backing out, that is not really the case. Chelsea are still interested. They might not be showing their interest like they were doing at first, but notwithstanding, Barca need to act fast. And we know with players who are as valuable as Jules Kounde, you don't need to start, getting slow and thinking that you have the upper hand, but rather, monitor the situation carefully and make sure you act smart and swiftly to get the player, especially given as he's a top priority for defense for manager Xavi Hernandez. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona begin their preseason camp today, with players returning to the club's facilities for their customary medical tests at the Ciutat Deportiva Joan Gamper. Many of the first-team players, barring those who were involved in the UEFA Nations League fixtures last month, arrived at the training facilities on Monday morning. As reported by Mundo Deportivo, there were a couple of surprise faces that showed up to undergo their pre-season medicals in the form of Neto and Riqui Puig. Both Neto and Puig are not in the plans of manager Xavi Hernandez this summer and had been instructed not to show up for pre-season this week in order to give them time to sort out their future. The pair had been informed that they can join the camp only July 11 with the rest of the international players. However, despite the manager's orders, the goalkeeper and midfielder showed up at the Ciutat Deportiva complex earlier today and were put through fitness tests along with other players who arrived. Why the duo might have undergone the preseason medicals, it remains to be seen if they will be involved in the first training session in the afternoon. Riqui Puig has struggled for game time since being pushed to the first team setup a few seasons ago. His situation has not improved under Xavi, with the La Masia product struggling for minutes last season. As for Neto, he has played second fiddle to Marc-Andre ter Stegen since his arrival from Valencia in 2019. The Brazilian has been linked with an exit, although recent reports suggested that he wished to see out his contract, which expires in 2023. Even though Neto and Riqui Puig have shown up to the preseason camp, it is unlikely that their situation will change anytime soon. Given the circumstances, an exit would be the best step forward for all parties involved. So today, the 4th of July 2022, Barcelona returned for their preseason training, and of course they are saying that not all players were there. Those who featured at the Nations League, those who had international duties will come, but July 11, so most of them that they are there are not players. They are players who didn't participate a lot, So it was a shock seeing Riqui Puig and Neto after reports earlier saying how Xavi have instructed them not to return on July 4th. They should better be sorting out their futures because he doesn't have them in his plans. But surprisingly, Neto and Riqui Puig made it to the pre-season training today and did their medicals along with other players. But let's not forget, even if they play the preseason tour, even if they feature in the games in preseason, it is not guaranteed that they will stay. Barcelona are determined to sell them so that we may have room on the wage bill. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.